And those who are playing soccer only, we are saying what? The soccer only, that is in this case S only. Soccer only, which is what? Which is in this case 32 minus X. Are you getting that? So this is soccer only and this is hockey only. So now if they just say, if they give you information, they calculate the value of X. Now this is what you need to do. It's not complicated, but you need to be very sensitive. You are going to take the 27 minus X and then you add the X and then you add the 32 minus X. But now look at this, and then don't forget you add that 7. So you say plus 7. So when you add plus 7, what you're saying, this must give us the total number. If you say 27 minus X plus 32 minus X plus 7, it must give you the total number of boys in the class, which is what? Which is 42. That is where the whole trick is. Hello, our most valued student. My name is Confident. Welcome to our new topic on probability, and the focus here is on Venn diagrams. This is for you guys who are preparing for their final exams if you are doing your grade 10. So I'm going to be doing a series of videos. This is the first video on probability, and the first topic that we're going to do is on Venn diagrams. So I will encourage you, if you are interested in learning more of probability, to subscribe to this channel if you're coming in contact for the first time, and ensure that the notification bell is turned on so that you can be notified every time there's a new video. So if you subscribe, it becomes easier for you to be notified. As I said, for now it is just a revision, and the first part that I want to talk about is Venn diagrams. So I'm just going to do 2 questions on it, and then in the coming videos I'll do the other sections of probability. Look at this question. It is taken from a previous paper, and it is question number 8. It says 8.1, in a certain class of 42 boys. So you need to be very, very sensitive whenever they are dealing with probability. Every statement counts, so you need to be very sensitive to what they are giving you. So they are saying in a certain class of 42 boys. So the meaning, this is the sample space. So this is your S, which is equal to 42. So going ahead, if I can come back to this diagram here, I will say, since this is a Venn diagram that they've given here, in this Venn diagram, your sample space, your S, is equal to 42. That's what it means. So they are saying in a class of 42 boys, look at the details that they're giving you. They are saying first one, 27 play hockey. So you can see in the diagram that they've given, says the information below is represented in the Venn diagram below. So they are saying here 27 play hockey. So if I were to shade the people or the students who are playing hockey, let's say I wanted to shade that, I can take this and say this part, they play hockey. See H, all these, they play hockey. That's what if I were to shade. So everyone here is a hockey player, so they play hockey. Are you with me? All right, and then they are saying 32 play soccer. So if I were again to shade those who are playing soccer, let me shade those who are playing soccer. I know I'm shading outside, but just know I'm interested in shading what is inside the circle. So these ones are playing what? They are playing soccer. So if I can take off that part, just a bit of it. All right. So these play soccer. But now it says 7 do not play hockey or soccer. So there's 7 of them here. They play neither. Let me come there. 7 do not. So you can see there is our number 7 here. Now, if they say they do not play, look at it. It is outside the 2 circles, but it is part of the what? Of the Venn diagrams. Of the Venn diagram. And then an unknown number X play both hockey and soccer. So you can see that this is the special area which is here. You can see that even when I was shading, I had to come twice with the one playing hockey and the other one playing soccer. So let me just open it up. So that's the part to say they play both. So every time they're saying there is those who are playing both, it's in other ways we are saying hockey and soccer. That's what it means. Or hockey intersection soccer. So and means intersection in this case. All right. So if we're saying hockey and soccer, that is where we are saying it's what? It is X. Says the information is represented in a Venn diagram below. Now, what are they saying? They're saying here, let me just make it clear for you. This was 27X, this was 32X. And then they're saying here, calculate the value of X. Now, the question is, how did they get this 27 minus X? If I can just show you. So we are saying the 27 minus X are those who are playing hockey only. You see, they are the ones that are shaded differently. So if you want to find those who are playing hockey only, you say 27 minus X. And those who are playing soccer only, we are saying what? The soccer only, that is in this case S only. Soccer only, which is what? Which is in this case 32 minus X. Are you getting that? So this is soccer only and this is hockey only. So now if they just say, if they give you information, they calculate the value of X. Now this is what you need to do. It's not complicated, but you need to be very sensitive. You are going to take the 27 minus X and then you add the X and then you add the 32 minus X. But now look at this, and then don't forget you add that 7. So you say plus 7. So when you add plus 7, what you're saying, this must give us the total number. If you say 27 minus X plus 32 minus X plus 7, it must give you the total number of boys in the class, which is what? Which is 42. That is where the whole trick is. So now if you look at the first part of the X, minus X plus X, usually it cancels that. So what you'll be left with is 27 here plus 32 and then plus 7 if I'm collecting like terms minus X is equal to 42. Just check. So I've got 27 plus 32 plus 7, these are the numbers, and then minus X. So if you add now the 27 plus 32 plus 7, it must give us 27 plus 32 plus 7. It's giving me 66. So if I say here 66 minus X, it gives me what? 42. Now the question is, I must find the value of X. Now look at this. Since I've got a negative X, I can take the minus X to the other side of the equal sign. It is negative. When it jumps the equal sign, it will become positive. So it will be 66 is equal to 42 plus X. I think that, so I wanted to make my X positive. Now I can then take 42 to join also 66. 42 is positive. When it jumps, it becomes negative. So it will be 66 minus 42 is equal to what? My positive X. Then I have to subtract these two so that I can get the actual value of X. In other ways, I need to find those who are playing what? Both soccer and hockey. So if I do that, it will be 66 minus 42, I think it's 14, is equal to X. Now if I can just verify that with my calculator. So it is 66 minus 42 is equal to, actually is 24. Let me correct that. So that is equal to 24. I always say please rely on your calculator for that. So you can see that the number of, calculate the value of x. What does it mean? It means those who are playing both hockey and volleyball, soccer. So now we can actually come back to have this diagram like this. If I can draw again this diagram, we have something like this, and we have something like this. Remember we said our s was equal to 42, and then we have 7 here. Now we know our x, the value of x here is what? It's 24. So I can have here in the center being 24, but now remember it was hockey only, it's 27 minus x. So if we say 27 minus x, which is 24, what do we get? I get 3. So hockey only, I have 3. What about soccer? Soccer is, so this is hockey, and then soccer, this is number of hockey. And what about the number of those playing soccer? Is 32 minus x, which is minus 24. What is 32 minus 24? I think that is 8. So you've got 8 there. So now if you can add all these numbers, if you can add 3 plus 24 plus 8 plus 7, let's add that and see what we are going to get for that. If I say 3 plus 24 plus 8 plus 7, I'm getting 42. You see that? So now it means is giving me actually our what? Our sample space, which was equal to 42. Do you see what I meant to say? It must lead you to what? To the number 42. Now let's go back to the question. We're now looking at this question 8.1.2. Says if a boy from the class is chosen at random, calculate the probability that he does not play hockey or soccer. So now remember we are looking at the probability of someone who doesn't play either hockey or soccer. So if I come to hockey, already he mustn't found playing hockey, he mustn't found playing soccer. So you can see that 7 is the only those students who don't play either. They are not involved in playing the two sports. So you can see that was 1. That's why it was 1 mark. So if I can just come here and say those who are not playing hockey or soccer, you can see that they are outside the circles. So you simply say probability of not hockey or soccer is equal to 7 over the total sample space. Remember it was what? It was 42. So that is that. Now, but you can simplify that. I think 7 is a multiple of 42. 7 into 42 is 6. So this is 1 over 6. You can just check with the calculator. So it's 1 mark. And then the next one says find the probability B that if a boy is chosen from the class, if a boy from the class is chosen at random, calculate the probability that he plays only soccer. So you want to find those who are playing soccer only. So if I come here, you see hockey only, I show with an arrow. Soccer only, I show with an arrow. We said it was what? 32 minus x. And now we said what is 32 minus x? It was this number 8. So for the probability here, we are going to say probability of soccer, it's only s, is equal to that number 8 over what? Over 42. And then if you can look at that, you divide by 2, it will be 4 over 21. So these are the Venn diagram part that I was saying I'm bringing to your attention. So this is the first part. They've already done you the Venn diagram. Now look at the second question, whereby it needs you to come up with your own Venn diagram. Look at this. It says again it's question 8, but it's a different paper. In here it says at a certain school there are 64 boys. See, in grade 10. So what is that? That is our sample space. That's our S. Their sport preferences are indicated below. 24 boys play soccer, 28 boys play rugby, 10 boys play both soccer and rugby, and 22 boys do not play soccer or rugby. It says represent, look at this now, represent the information above in a Venn diagram. So what you do, you come up, I'm just going to do it inside this box. So let's say this is our Venn diagram. As I say, you just need to be sensitive. Look at this. If I can draw that circle and that circle, what are the things that you need to first input? Let's come first with understanding what is our S. Remember, I told you to say S is the sample space or the total number of all the people in the group. In this case, is the students in the group. So we have got 64. S is the sample space, which is 64. We are looking at a total number of 64 boys. So this has got nothing to do with everyone in the school, but in the class or school, because there are no girls here. They are just focusing on boys. And then the next thing you have to do is to tell us which circles are you representing as soccer. So we're going to say here S stands for soccer, and then R stands for rugby. I think that. So rugby and soccer, S and R. And then they told you that the number of students who are playing soccer, S, is what? You can write it like this to say S is equal to 24. It's still correct. And then you can write that R is equal to 28. This is still fine. Right. But now remember what I said is when they say 24 boys are playing what? 24 boys are playing soccer. They are meaning everyone here is playing soccer. So all these are playing soccer. Are you seeing that? So, and then if they say 28 are playing rugby, all these, they are playing rugby. Now look at the center here. There is a center of interest. In this center of interest, what do you call this part? We are saying these are those who are playing both soccer and rugby. Now they didn't tell us about these students. So if I can go back now, open it up. They didn't tell us about this particular center, which is interesting. Those who are playing what? Both rugby and soccer, because we are not told. We are going to call them what? We are going to call them X. We don't know these students who are playing both soccer and rugby. Now they are telling us 10 boys play both soccer and rugby. Actually, they told us. I didn't read that properly. 10 of them. So they are saying how many are playing both soccer and rugby? They are saying there are 10 boys. So I'll come here and say for 10 boys, they play both soccer and rugby. So we are done with the first one. The second or the last statement says 22 boys do not play soccer or rugby. They do not, in other ways, they are not involved in the two sports. How many are these? There are 22. That's where you put your 22 outside there. Why? Because you won't find them in soccer and you won't find them in rugby. So they are outside the two circles. And then there comes the part. Look at how you go about this 24. They are saying 24 boys play soccer. You know that those who are playing soccer are all here. But now, what about those who are playing soccer only? If you want to find those who are playing soccer only, it is this group. They play soccer only. You see that group? But they do not play rugby. So if you want to find that group that is playing soccer only, what you do, you are going to say is 24. Then you subtract the 10. I think that. So it will give us what? 24 minus 10, it will give us 14. So 14, they only play soccer. What about the rugby? It's going to be also 28 minus 10, which is equal to what? Which is equal to 18. So here you can actually draw this Venn diagram like this. If they say now represent this information on a Venn diagram, so you are going to say here S is equal to 64, and then you come up with the two circles which will have the center is 10, the side is 14, the side is 18, and outside we say it is what? It's 22. This is the Venn diagram that you can come up with. You can put the 22 a little bit there. Now, when you add all these numbers, if you say 14 plus 10 plus 18 plus 22, it must give you the what? The total number of boys who are involved in this particular both soccer and rugby. So 14, just to verify, plus 10 plus 18 plus 22. See that it gives you 64. All right. So now you can answer then the question that follow. It says calculate the probability that a grade 10 boy at the school selected at random plays soccer and rugby. And means the intersection there, where these intersect. So it's soccer and. So the answer there you can see, that's why it's 1 mark. It's simple. Probability of S and R is equal to what? 10 over 64. Now you must always remember it's the number divided by the sample space. So this is equal to 10 over 64. You can divide by 2 there, which is 5 over 32. Or you can just use the calculator to simplify for you. Then the second one, that is A. What about B? B says the probability that, calculate the probability that a grade 10 boy at the school selected at random plays soccer. Look at this now. It says it plays soccer or rugby. They play, if you want to find those who are playing, I need to do that. If you want to find those who are playing soccer, remember, these students are playing soccer. Like this. They are playing soccer. All these are playing soccer. And then if you want to find out those who are playing rugby, all these are also playing rugby. But you can see that 10 is repeated twice. You don't add twice. So which means if I say those number of those playing soccer, it is equal to 14 plus 10. And then number of those playing rugby is equal to 18 plus 10. But you don't have to repeat this 10. You have to just include it once. So we can say now probability of those playing what? Soccer, S or R. Then what you say? You are going to say it's 14 plus 10 plus 18. Don't repeat the 10. And then you divide that by the total, which is 64. I think that. And then if you find the answer, then when you add that 14 plus 10 plus 18, it gives us 14 plus 10 plus 18. Supposed to give that 14 equals to 42. So you've got here being 42 over 64. You see that? So if you write your answer, it will be probability of S or R equal to 42 over 64. And then if you want to simplify this further, I think it can give you, this is 42 over 64. I think it will be 21 over 32. So it's 21 over 32. So that is that, guys. So that's how you this is an introduction to Venn diagrams. So I'm going to be going through the whole probability for grade 10s. Now you can see that there are some questions which I haven't attempted here. For example, you can see questions here to say you are looking at this question 8.2, and I will be going with you how to answer such questions as you are preparing for your final exams. Now we've come to the end of our lesson. Remember, it is important that you are subscribed to this channel so that you can be notified every time there is a new video. And remember to ensure that the notification bell is turned on. We've come to the end of our lesson. Thank you.